going on, Mr. Soul of a Man? 50 to the four. Coming back once again, man. I hope everybody is doing great and amazing out there in this very intriguing world that we live. But yeah, well, so today, man, we are going to be talking about being the one. Yes, folks, we are talking about, let me bring the chat up. So, yeah, man, so we are talking about being the one. And with that, it's very interesting how some of us are, let's say, chosen, so to speak, to do certain things, to walk a certain walk, to move a certain way, and to know that we are doing greater things in our lives and for our livelihoods, and not just for us, but maybe for, I don't know, you're the group of people that you have around you. So maybe you never know who's watching, man. That's the thing. You never know who's watching. So you're doing something every day. You're out there. You're inspiring people. Yes, you're an inspiration. You might say, oh, well, that's nothing, blah blah blah. Yes, there is always something inspiring about you. Aren't you intelligent? And you went to college, like some of us did, and blah 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 blah. But yeah, man, you're the one. You know, uh, you from wherever you are. You, and right about now, you might be thinking about making changes in your life. I mean, why not, man? I mean, seriously, really and truly, why not? You um to the victor goes the spoils. So go forward and do that stuff. Yeah, sit down, think about it, plan it out, do a little research, whatever it is, you're thinking about getting into this or going back to school for that or making a move to a different city. You're weighing the pros and cons. Everything around you is telling you to make it happen, and maybe you still have some reservations, and within that, make some reservations, go down to go down to said town, check it out. Why not? Go down for like a weekend or whatever. Maybe you have a friend who lives down there. They've been trying to get you to what's going on, ma'am? How are you? So that that friend's been trying to get you to move down there or to come visit for years. Like, why not? Why not do it? Why not do it like, you know, as soon as possible? We always it's like somebody once said, let's say if you this year you were like, man, this is the year I'm going to take that trip to Europe. And then you may look at you may look at your bank account December, early January. You're like, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna happen. You start talking negative. So it's like Dick Gregory said. You just told a trillion cells in your body that that's not gonna happen. So, and it doesn't happen, and you're like, man, I really wanted to take that trip this year, but for some odd reason, I don't know why, and but you told yourself in January that it was going to happen. So there you go. So, but if you flip that around, and if you're like, it's the wording, man. It's not the man. It's you ask the question, why is it going to get better than this? Then you flip it around, and you're like, you know what? It's got to get better than this. Then you say, you know what? It's going to get better than this because I'm going to go out and I'm going to make it better than this. This being around these people that are talking about the same old. They're pretending to be something that they're not. They're in the same situations, the same dead end jobs. Um, they may pretend to look a certain way on social media, trying to look perfect, but we know that there is no perfection in man, or man or womankind. Um, yes, I'm an equal opportunist, folks. So, but again, you're the one. You have to make these decisions. You're worthy enough to make the decisions in your life. Aren't you the one that's always saying, well, I'm grown, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. So, and if you're saying that, aren't you like a somebody? I don't think you want to call yourself I don't believe that you want to call yourself a nobody. I don't. That's not cool. Seriously, it's really not, man. So moving forward, do something that's going to where you have to hold yourself accountable. It's easy, you know, and I'm not trying to look over anything. There's so many things that people have gone through in their lives, and I don't want to get into all of that stuff. But I always feel sometimes we let ourselves down. We do, and we don't think about it often enough. You didn't take advantage of the opportunity. You didn't. You wanted to move. Somebody said, "Hey, I've got a spare bedroom." Blah. You come, for a few months, get yourself together. That was your opportunity to get out. But for whatever reason, you're like, nah, I'm gonna just stay here a little while, save up for a few more months turns to a few more years, and you're like, hey, you still got that room? Like, nah, then that friend is that their situations change, they're in a relationship, got a kid running around. So you're like, well, that ship has sailed. So and I had that opportunity, when I was just trying to get my license in massage therapy. And I know, living in Louisiana or in that New Orleans area, it's cool, to go down there. It's fun, great food and music and great culture, and and great spiritually. But it's just no opportunities down there. So I was like, I gotta go to the big city and make this thing work. Um, Not that it was all smiles and sunshine when I got to the big city, but it's been okay. It's think hindsight is always 2020, and it is the perception of everything, and how you're and really and truly how you're looking at your situation and the depths of it, and and I know I want to change, and I'm glad now I'm being accountable with myself to make those changes. But somebody offered me, they were like, hey man, it's not going good for you down there. So, won't you come out here, blah blah blah. So, I came, and here I am. So, so with that said, man, again, like the rising of the sun. So man, take, when you see a bright opportunity unfold before your eyes, please take advantage of it, because we don't they don't really have a lot of people out here these days that friendly, and that will really reach out like that to help you, not without not now, and I'm and not without reminding you of what they did for you, like every day. You know what I mean? Like they'll invite you to come, and then they'll just hold that over. It's like, hey, you remember that time? And you remember, like 20 years later, moved out, and they still talking about it, or whatever. Hey, remember that time I loaned you that $5 back in 1955? Let's see, what compounding interest and blah blah blah, and let's see, it's fact the months and dates, your total comes to, it's like, come on man, like people say, if you loan money to somebody, don't expect to get it back. Just let it be a loan, and just let it go, unless y'all have some kind of written agreement or something, taking a small claims court. But other than that, man, just if it feels right, man, go for it, like for real. because you don't, a lot of us are, well, some of us are in situations that are changing. You see it's changing, you feel it's changing, you trying to run back to how it was. And man, that time is past, man. You got other stuff that you need to do in your life. You trying to get certificates to trying to do real estate, and whatever it is that you're trying to do. You're like, man, I really want to go back to, I want to do nursing, but I really don't want to work for that. I want to start my own business with it, and X, Y, and Z. And you're, it's like that opportunity is knocking louder and louder. That sounds like a great idea to take that extended trip. Bring the laptop and work. Right. Yeah, and you can work while you're on the road, man. We have smartphones and laptops and all kind of stuff. Go to the hotel and do your thing. But don't be stuck on stupid. Don't be captivated in the madness of where you are. Don't let those trials and tribulations get you down or like weigh you down. And you know, again, this is a great year of transformation. Like this is that year, of transformation, a great year of revelations, great year of spiritual growth. Um, just a amazing year to um get things really rolling and let them continue to roll. This is a great year to really change your life. Seriously, this is an amazing year to change your life. And how are you going to do that if you don't make that decision, if you don't get up and make the move? Speaking it into existence is great, praying over it is great. That's very powerful. Um but if you Yeah, so if you don't implement these things, then it's like if somebody said, hey Demond, I have a friend, hey, I see Demond, I see you're an author, you write books, you've been at it for a while, man. I know some people I can set you up with. Let me give you some numbers, some emails, some names. Reach out to these people, tell them who you are, who I am, so that can really get you to the next level. And if I don't do anything with that information, that's on me. And that person reaches back out, I don't know, a few weeks later, and they follow up, and they call whoever, hey, did that young man reach out to you? And they're like, no, then that's on me. I don't, if people are if people are giving me advice that I need to implement now, I don't have the luxury of waiting. Like, I don't have the luxury of waiting months, weeks or days, from now, because the clock is always ticking. You see how time is moving, man. It felt like we were just in 2020, and yeah, feel like somebody out there has a move coming in very soon, man. So uh it feels like by the summertime. But anyway, see how things just be happening, man, and you have you have callings, not just a calling, you have callings over your life, things that are coming to play. People are like, well, you block your blessings and blah blah blah. Sometimes by the thinking negative, not moving, not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you it's how they people say, comfort food, the feel good food may not be the healthiest thing for you, but it comes in large portions and it just tastes so good, and you eat it, and you want to go straight to sleep, you know what I mean? But if you're in a comfortable, if you're in a comfortable situation, that's good. But somebody said to me, do it with, call stuff in with ease and grace. So that walkway from where you are to the next place. All you have to do is just get on that walkway and just get, start moving, man. You know, maybe you have everything in your bank account right now to make certain moves to do what it is that you need to do. You have a smartphone to call around to different schools to, figure out if you want to jump into a certain program, and and all of that stuff. I mean, yeah, there's stuff going on in the world. I'm not a big fan of the news because it's good. I always say be aware, but Lord, I don't like to harp on the negativity, because it's you have enough to deal with. You got enough to deal with inside and in your own head. Every day getting up to grind. You know what I mean. And maybe you're great at what you do, and you're like, why would I change it? But something that has been telling you that the change needs to come because you're asking for other things, and you need to go somewhere where uh it's like life is moving. Your spiritual team is like, all right, come on, let's go. And you're doing the same old same. They're like, okay, well, that was good 5 years ago, but you conquered that. We like, that's why, look, we already packed your bags. All you have to do is get in a car, gas it up, and drive to where you got to go to. And it's and in the meantime, and in between time, we have this and that already set up for you. So you might say why, I say why not. Seriously. So um it's real. It's deafening, man. It's everything in you is saying yes, go make that move. Start planning it out. If you haven't been, if you're doing it, if you're there, great, stay there. Don't worry about whatever. We good. We gonna take care of our stuff. As we're continuing to move along. These are daily thoughts. You get a phone call. Those of you who are parents, you get a phone call from the school. Something happened with a kid, and it looks like everything is falling apart. But again, just take it a day at a time, man. No, I'm not a parent, but I've had parents, and I've put them through some things. That's why I was like, man, that karma. I was like, nope, we're gonna cut that cord. No kids for me. But anyway, oh, but yeah, man, it's just it is the belief, it is the revelation, it is your reconciliation. Read the last rites on your life, and go forth and be great, man. Let that old stuff die out. For real, for real. Like, don't just be stuck on it, because that's like, for real. There's so much for you. There's so much more for you to gain, to experience, to see out here. So my thing is, why stay in a situation that's not giving you anything. Yeah, it's giving you a paycheck. Maybe that helps you pay your bills, but you're stuck in a cycle of going to work, paying your bills, going to work, paying your bills. And you're like, okay, well, I've got an idea. I've got several ideas on how to break these cycles, and it's coming in gracefully. So, I'm going to bow out of this situation. But and while I'm doing that, I'm going to make sure all of these other things are tangible. So it's going to be a whole lot more, it's going to be a whole lot easier. Yeah, that's why people, go to and come to folks like me, who may have a certain gift of foresight to be able to see. And I love to work with people who are just doing it, man. Like, and I love, I may give them, let's call it a spiritual consultation. And I may say certain things, and months go by, and I forget all about it. And I get a text message, or I get an email, or I get some kind of message on social media saying, hey, remember all that stuff you said, and blah blah blah. And I'm in my mind. I'm like, no, because because I'm so focused on I'm so focused on what I have. But it's great. It's great hearing those praise reports, man. And I am so happy and ecstatic for those people for the amazing things. Some people, they don't even come back, and I may look on their page and see all the great things happening, and I just give it a thumbs up and keep it moving. So yes, being the one, man, being the one, being true to yourself, despite whatever. Stop trying to live through people's lives through social media, because people can paint any kind of social media is like a blank canvas. You can paint any kind of picture you want to about your life. You can, get a house from Google pictures, whatever, and put it up there, and people like, hey, I just got a new, it's I don't know. Certain things like that I wouldn't do, because I would, I wouldn't tell people I got a new house or a new this or a new that, because I like, okay, because people watch your social media. I'm like, these people could figure out where you live and all of that stuff. I think like that, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I really do think like that. I'm very, I'm just gonna leave that where it is, But if you're, I could see, you graduated from college, you want to share your pictures, cool, or or maybe you got a new job or whatever. But it's people's attention spans are short, and after a while, they're not even gonna care, regardless of whatever. Because if I'm so focused and what I have going on over here, I'm not really, I'm only in competition with myself now. Seriously, it's like Jay-Z said, like somebody says, well, how are you gonna do this? You can't do it. I said, no, you can't do it. Or even if they did it, it's going to work out differently for you. You may look at them and get some inspiration. Yeah, that's great, man. Yeah, go and listen to the Les Browns and all those people, telling you to fly high, and Steve Harvey with the jumps and blah blah blah, and you know it it looks beautiful with the pictures that they paint. How they're making, what they're making, doing what they do, but they're probably the best at it, and didn't happen and didn't come overnight. So, just leave that at that it's going to look a little bit different for you. Probably going to look a whole lot different. It's going to feel a whole lot different. You're probably going to meet different people along the way, in that journey. But just you be the one in your life that's going to go forward and be meaningful and paint that picture, be great, continuing to manifest all of the great amazing things in your life, praying whatever it is, reading your Bible, talking to your ancestors, burning your candles, going to the water to release things, manifesting with the rain, however it is. But yeah, but go out and just be you, man. Have fun, enjoy your life, and all of that good stuff. So, but yeah, man. But again, Mr. Sullivan, man, thank y'all so much for joining in. On all social media, Clubhouse, and all that good stuff. But yes, man, Mr. Sullivan, man. Once again, folks. True. Everybody's hustle is different. Said by the great poet Marcy from up north. But yeah, man. So, but with that said, folks, I'm out this piece. So